Hi, this is Maxwell from Apartment Therapy, here with another episode of The A-Line. Today we're in Prospect Heights, a small tree-lined neighborhood in Brooklyn that's seen rapid demographic change over the last 10 years. One of the great things that this developer did when he built this building was, instead of creating a very tall tower that wouldn't fit into the neighborhood, he created 5 smaller buildings with communal areas that are shared by all. In this episode, we visit 2 identical apartments, one directly above the other.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I live here with my husband, my son, who's 3 years old, my daughter, who's 10 months old, and our 4-year-old Welsh Corgi, Taco. We've lived in this apartment for about a year and a half now. We do want to do some work renovating in the next year or so, just because when our baby gets a little bit older, we want to have a separate room for our son and our daughter.
Hi, I'm Molly, and I live here in Brooklyn with my husband John and our 3 kids, Carter and twins Nathan and Nora. We've lived in our apartment for almost 5 years now. So we did a renovation, and it's been really helpful with kids and just with all of the things that we seem to accumulate ourselves over the years.
These particular units were designed with a bachelor's lifestyle in mind. With soaring ceilings and architectural staircases, these airy loft-like duplexes were meant for parties and entertaining. Now inhabited by 2 growing families, the original design is being stretched to its limits and beyond. Today we watch them tackle this challenge in 3 areas: the kitchen, the architectural staircase, and the open loft above the living room. First stop is the kitchen, where we start with the original galley design in 5A.
We still have basically all of the original.
It's all original.
From the developer. So this is the original kitchen, and
It's a little tight.
Exactly. It's extremely tight. It's actually very difficult to have more than one person in here. In the few times I do cook and I have like the kids playing out here in the living area, I feel a little uncomfortable because I can't see what they're doing.
Below, in apartment 4A, they took a big risk and radically renovated the narrow kitchen.
We're heading into the kitchen.
Kitchen, but it's open into a dining room, open onto a living room.
So there's a wall, sort of where the kitchen was sort of walled off before. It tore it down and completely redid the kitchen.
And then we made it the U shape and put in all new cabinetry along with some open shelving in the corner. And it's really fun to cook in, and I think just has a great warm feel to it.
Open kitchens are great for families, allowing you to stay in touch with your kids while you cook. While galleys are great for light cooking and hiding dirty dishes, the open kitchen is an unavoidable progression for most family homes. Next up, storage. With every passing year, the need for more storage grows. Let's see how these 2 homes have adapted.
The other thing that we did was closed off the stairs and decided to use the understairs space for storage because, again, we collect lots of different things, and so we've got some bookshelves there and a wine fridge and actually hidden storage.
I think one of the great features we have for our built-ins actually is that we have all the storage space here, and then whoa, it actually hides more stuff back here.
The drinks
are back here.
Upstairs in 5A, storage is only starting to become an issue, and openness and light have remained the priority.
We had initially thought of maybe putting backs on the stairs, but we actually really like the floating stair effect.
Did you always have these pads?
No, we actually put those in just to make it safer, when our son is walking up and down with socks, just to make sure he doesn't slip.
The architectural staircase in these apartments is dramatic and unique, allowing light to flow from wall to wall. The undercage storage is similarly show-stopping and a great solution for extra storage, but it does add a lot of bulk to an otherwise open room. Next stop, the open balcony. With an original design perfect for entertaining, both families have imagined different uses, and making more room for their children is the order of the day.
This is kind of like our family hangout room. We watch TV here. My son has his train set. It's just like a comfortable place to chill out. I fell in love with the apartment as soon as we saw it. And I think the reason why is because of the light. It's just floor to ceiling windows, and the rooms are very, very open. There are no doors. I like how open, how bright it is.
When we were doing our renovation, we closed it in because we wanted to make this a nursery.
We closed the whole loft in.
This is really the kid zone of the house.
This is the little room that was completely glass.
This room just barely fits in 2 cribs for the twins.
It's great. So you put these little windows in to keep it a little bit bright.
Yes.
And
so it still gets a lot of natural light,
nice.
even though it doesn't have an exterior facing window.
I love how clearly this little eagle's nest of a baby's room has been executed at the top of the stairs. Snug and private with small windows for light, it perfectly meets the new baby's needs. Everything is a trade-off, however, and the loss here has been an open, airy connection to the upstairs.
So one thing I really love about Anna and Poy's apartment is the space under the stairs. And I think it really opens up the space and makes the living room look a lot bigger and have greater depth.
The thing about your apartment that I really love the most is your kitchen. I get like kitchen envy every time I come to your apartment. I really love your kitchen. I think that's going to be like the first thing we redo.
Cities, neighborhoods, and even homes change with time. The pressure to create family comfort has moved walls, installed cabinets, and continues to push these homes into new forms. Molly has lived in her home twice as long, while Anna is just getting started. Their challenges are the same, and their decisions will inevitably be different and personal. But one thing is for sure, they will be better at making those decisions because of one another. At Apartment Therapy, we believe that good ideas really are everywhere, and sometimes the best ideas for your space are right over your head.